y'all, and welcome to today's video. I am very excited because I just got all 4 of the new Adept face palettes. If you look at me, I do not have on bronzer, blush, highlight. I don't have on any eyeshadow. I'm kind of like half ready. I want to swatch all these face palettes for y'all, show you close-ups, and then we're going to use some of them on the eyes. I thought it would be fun. We can do an eye look with my Heather Austin palette that I collabed with Adept on, and we're just going to have a good time. We'll do the face palettes first, so if that's all you're interested in, you can just watch that part, but then we'll do an eyeshadow look at the end. Now, if you're new here, I want to say, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. I do upload lots of new videos every single week, so if you're looking for new fun makeup content, this is the place to be because I'm uploading lots of videos. But I'm very excited about these face trios, so let's jump into it. All right, getting started, we have 4 different face trios from Adept. I'm pretty sure these have already sold out. We talked about these in last week's Judging New Makeup, and I posted on the community tab, but these launched, they were $22 each or $65 for all 4, and then you could use a code on top of that. I do have an affiliate code with Adept. If you ever want to use it, you can use code Heather to save on the Adept site. That will save you some money. The only exclusion is my collab palette, but the code applies for everything else except for bundles, I think. But I had my alarm set. I got on the site. I bought all 4 of these, and then Adept messaged me and they were like, hey, we're sending you these. We're sending you these palettes. So yes, these were gifted to me from Adept. I am very excited to see Adept expanding, doing different products other than just shadows and magnetic palettes. I can't wait to try these. These are supposed to be like a gelée formula. So we're gonna go through these. We're gonna use these as blush, bronzer, and highlight today. So let's just talk about each of these palettes individually. Okay, so I'm pretty sure these were described as like blush and highlight palettes. So I think this shade could definitely be a blush. This is the Ayana palette. I'm sorry if I say any of the names wrong or mispronounce them, but I'm gonna try using this as a bronzer. And then we have 2 like shades that can be bronzers or bronzer toppers or highlighters or whatever you want to use them for. Remember, there are no rules. Do what you want to do. I think this looks really, really pretty. I'm just giving y'all swatches on my hand. I know cheek product swatches aren't always the funnest, but I do think they can be helpful. Next up, we have Gianna. I like the packaging on these. It's consistent with Adept's packaging. We open it up and we have a very, very light shade. This to me is not going to be a bronzer shade. Maybe I could mix it and use it as a blush. And then we have 2 shades that for me will be a highlighter. Maybe you could use bronzer topper, blush topper, highlight, whatever you want. But this is Gianna. After that, I have Stella. Now, Stella, again, they're all in the same packaging, very pretty, but we have 2 more pigmented shades here. These really pretty shades that I'm going to use as very glowy blushes would also work as highlighter on some people, and then we have a lighter highlight shade down here. I also have Valentina. This is the 4th palette. All of these are deeper shades. I think these will work as blush for some people, highlight for some people. Really, really pretty though. I'm excited about all 3 of these trios. Really like the shades in here. So what we will do is I'll zoom y'all in a bit. You can see my face just looks a little flat. I need bronzer, I need blush, I need highlight. So I'm gonna use like as many shades as possible on the face, but I really just wanted to show you swatches of these. So let me zoom y'all in a bit. Let me grab some brushes and we'll put these on the skin. Okay, so I want to use at least one shade from each palette on the face, just so we can see the formula. Again, I will test these palettes, I will use them a lot, and then I'll come back with a review later on. I just wanted to swatch these, try these on the face in case you bought these or in case you kind of had these on your wish list for the restock. But I am going to use the bronzer for like what I'm calling a bronzer in the Ayana palette. I'm going to use this shade right here, and I'm going to pick this up on my Rephr 05. Just feeling the texture, I feel like this is going to be very buildable. I did pick up a good amount on my brush and I didn't tap off any excess. Usually when I go into bronzer, I will pick it up and I'll kind of tap off any excess, but I didn't want to do that because I wanted to see just kind of like my first impression of this, you know. That looks pretty, right? I mean, I think that looks really pretty. I would love to see even more of these palettes with even deeper shades. Again, I think a lot of people will like this shade as like a bronzy blush, but I figured why not try it out as a bronzer. Gonna put a little on the nose and let's kind of warm up the temples up here, kind of bring it around. Okay, so here is the side with the matte or more matte shade from Ayana. I don't know if I would say that this is necessarily matte. It looks kind of like a satin matte to me, like a very skin-like finish, not glowy, but not flat matte. But I think that looks really pretty. Okay, I'll bronze up this side of the face and then we'll do two different blushes, two different highlights. Now, if you want to see swatches on different skin tones, definitely check out Adept's website and their Instagram because they do have swatches on different skin tones. Of course, I can only show you now what it looks like on mine, but I think that blended well. I think that looks really pretty. I'm excited to keep using this. But let's do a blush. I'm very excited. I'm gonna grab the Valentina palette and let's do this first blush right here. This one looks a little more pink to me. This one a little more orange, and then this one a little more like purpley. So let's do this first one, this one that's a little more pink. Okay, I'm picking that up on my Sigma brush. I probably picked up a bit too much, but I'm just going to tap that on. That looks really pretty. Ooh, you could layer that over a matte blush and use it as a blush topper, or you could use it just as a highlighter. But that's very beautiful, very glowy. Let me look at myself up close. That looks very pretty, but there's no like sparkle particles to it. I love sparkles, I love glitter, I love all of that, but this is beautiful and I don't see sparkles in it. I just see a sheen and a glow. So if you're somebody who's like, I am so not into sparkles, I think you could really, really like this formula. Now let's do blush over here and let's jump over to this one. This is Stella. And let's do this one. This one that's a little more like red. So look, if you look at Stella and Valentina together, you can see that they're different tones. This one looks just a little bit deeper than this one. So very pretty. Okay, so Stella will take this deeper shade. Okay, I'm picking that up on this Kaleidos brush. And that's pretty. That definitely has more of like a red undertone than this over here that's pink. Again, no like sparkle particles or glitter reflex, anything like that. Just very smooth on the skin, very glowy. Again, it would be really pretty on its own like this, of course, layered over a matte blush used as a highlighter. That's really pretty. Okay, let's do highlight now. I will go to the Gianna palette, this one that's like the lightest of the three, and we'll highlight with these two highlighters. All right, let me grab a brush again. Okay, so I'll take this Lunar Beauty brush and I'll go into this middle highlight from the Gianna palette, and we'll put it right over here. Oh, that is really pretty. That's really pretty. I know I look so glowy, but I like that. I think that's very beautiful. All right, now grabbing another brush, this one from ABH, and I'll grab this lightest shade down here at the end. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is bright and blinding. Wow. Oh, I like, again, I'm not seeing any glitter. I'm not seeing any shimmer. Okay, so here's this. I need to blend it a little bit more, but that's really beautiful, very blinding. Then we have this side. Okay, I'm going to kind of even these out a little bit so that I look like I have a more cohesive face. Let me take my sponge, actually, the clean side. This is just damp from where I put on my foundation. I'm going to kind of press this into the skin. This is a good technique if you ever feel like you go maybe a little bit overboard with a highlight. You can press it into your skin and it just makes it a little more like seamless. Just make sure you're using the clean side of your sponge. But I'm gonna even this out and make sure like I have a cohesive look. And then we're gonna do the eyes. So if all you wanted to see was swatches and my first impression of these palettes, thank you so much for being here. But I want to use my palette. This one is the very used one. I do have a video of a new one, swatches on deep skin tones, everything like that. But I thought, you know what, we're just doing face palettes. Let's do eyes together. Maybe I'll use some of these face palettes in the eye look too. But I'm gonna put on an eye primer. I'll be right back. Okay, we're gonna do this eye look quick. It's gonna be simple, but I wanna start off with Mythology. I'm gonna put this all in my crease, and then I thought it could be fun. We will blend it out a little bit just above with the palette Gianna. I'll use this shade just to add a little something extra. All right, so I'm just going to put this shade all in the crease. I love Mythology so much. Of course, I love all these shades. All right, now I'm gonna grab that shade from the Gianna palette. I just wiped off my brush. This is from the Sigma Alice in Wonderland set. After that, I want to go in with the shade So Excited. I'm just gonna put this all over my lid. All right, this is a Sigma E60, and I'm going to just press this on. Okay, I'm going in with a little bit of the multi-chrome scrubs, and I'm just going to press this into the outer corner and blend just a little bit. I don't want this to be super impactful. Like, I'm not trying to really build it up. I'm using this fluffy brush that I used for the matte shades because I just want this hint of this blue, purple, light, I don't know. It's so beautiful. And when I'm using it with a fluffier brush like this and blending it, almost using it like I would a matte to deepen up the outer corner, it's just going to give us something different from this shade. I just love like how versatile this shade is, how I can do so many different things with it. All right, now I'm gonna jump over to the Valentina palette, and I think we'll go in with this shade right here. And I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner. Hold on, let me look myself in the mirror. But I just wanted to incorporate these face palettes in. I'm gonna quickly do liner, mascara, and then I will come back and I'll show you the finished look and kind of talk about my impressions on these face palettes. All right, y'all, here is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed the quick little eye tutorial and the demo of the products on the face. I will link everything down below. I did put on some half lashes. I will link those. But my first impression thoughts on these palettes are, one, I'm very excited to keep playing with these some more. I'm glad I have all four so I could swatch them out for y'all. I think the formula feels very nice, luxurious. I think, like, I feel like I look great. I love the way these look on the cheeks. Very, very glowy, but without any shimmer or glitter. These are definitely like a very soft kind of like, I think they said they were like a baked gelée formula, and that's how they feel to me. If I could only pick one, I think it would probably be maybe Stella, just because I like these two and I like having this lighter highlighter, or maybe Valentina. This is so pretty, but again, I did buy all four because I'm like, I need them all. I need all of them. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know, did you pick these up? Are these on your wish list? Are you going to be shopping your stash? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a super awesome, amazing, wonderful day, and I will see you very soon in another video, so make sure you subscribe. Bye.